For Bob Kloes, a renowned wood craftsman who has a worldwide customer base, the beginning couldn't have been more humble.
I bought a house in 1977 when I got married. When I bought the house, I had to learn, and I wound up going to the library and taking out every book and magazine I could find and reading and trying things. My wife, God bless her, gave me a saw for Christmas, our second year of marriage, because she knew the first year I'd probably cut myself up. It's been just a godsend ever since. I've had just a ball. I learn things, I try things, and I'm okay at what I do, so.
Obviously, this isn't a wholesale type of place. Each and every piece is made specifically for a special spot in each of his clients' homes, which can lead to more than a builder-buyer relationship.
It's like I'm brought into the family. I know the husband, the wife, the children. I get Christmas cards, I get birthday cards. You just become part of the family, and it's fun because I've built pieces all over the country, and to meet those people and to have them take you in is probably the nicest thing I can think of.
So what comes first, the wood or the inspiration? Well, in most cases, it's the raw potential of the untamed resource that finds its way into his shop. Many times, the raw wood is a classic story in itself.
This is a log set that came out of the Menominee River. It had been underwater for at least 150 years. They were axe-cut logs, so that puts it back to 1850, 1860. I counted the rings as best I could because they're so tight. It was over 300 years old. So these these trees were growing before Columbus came to America.
What do you like to see made with these?
They're thick enough. They have the beautiful live edges. They've been smoothed by the river. I think, you know, as an individual, a coffee table, a sofa table, an entry table, there's so much that could be done with these.
Tell me about this piece right here, Bob.
All right. This one is one of the coffee tables I made. I had 4 planks from a hard maple tree. It has incredible, gnarly, curly figure. We left the live edge here where it's open, and you can see it's got the bug holes in it. It's something I've had rattling in my head for years, and I just made it. So
tell me about the color.
The color is a dye. It's a water-based dye, and there's several steps you have to do, but dyes are transparent where a stain has pigment, and a stain you'd never see all the figure that's in this board. So I always use water-based dyes because you just get incredible color and clarity. This one is actually modeled off of an old colonial candle box, but it's got a little bit of my flair. It's made out of bird's eye maple. It's dovetailed. The dovetails are offset so the lid slides. They call this a fishtail. It's just, to me, it's attractive. These really don't have a modern use as far as candles or anything like that, but they work great for holding remote controls for TV so you don't lose them.
Just what the Pilgrims had envisioned.
Just what the Pilgrims had envisioned for Thanksgiving Day.
So his pieces are displayed prominently around the country. But what about in his own home?
He has made me a gorgeous pencil post bed.
Well, that's pretty cool then.
I waited 30 years, but I did get it.
Thankfully, my wife has a lot of patience.
But despite his claim of zero background in woodworking, the family tree says otherwise.
My grandmother told me a story. I had a great uncle who died in 1917. He was a cabinet maker and an undertaker. And he wound up working on Sunday and had an accident in the shop and died. And she always told me, you can build all you want, but don't work on Sunday.